think I'm spooky.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. What have you done to his eyes?
Good evening and welcome to Soft and Spooky. Alright, starting off strong. For today's video, I thought that I could give my full horror forecast for the year 2026. First and foremost, happy 2026! This is the first video I am posting in the new year and I'm so happy to be back. I have not started out strong this year. I got sick on New Year's Eve and it still has not fully left me, so I'm hoping recovery soon. My horror forecast videos are always sort of one of my favorites to make just because I get to kind of get excited for what's going to be coming out this year and then also hear from you all in the comments and how maybe you know some certain tidbits about a film that I didn't know, and I don't know, I love how collaborative this video is. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and sink our teeth in. Squeaky. Okay, so first one up, we have Primate. This one is actually already out. I have watched a few trailers between my fingers because I'll be honest, I'm a little weirded out by monkeys and chimpanzees because I know that they're so strong and they're also just they're a little too human-like for me. It's the same thing for those, I forget what breed of dog that is, but the ones with the human eyes, I'm just, I don't like that. So this one centers around a group of friends that go on vacation and one of them has a pet chimpanzee that goes evil. From the trailer, it kind of looks like it's going to be a Cujo type beat where the monkey gets rabies. Whoa, brain fog. I hope you all enjoy watching it. It's already been out since January 9th and I know I will not be seeing it. I think the last sort of similar thing that I had seen was the Gordy scene from Jordan Peele's Nope, and that was enough for me. Also, I kind of assume that they're going to have a lot of CGI in this film because the chimpanzee is going to be doing a lot of violent things probably, and I don't know that I'm going to enjoy watching that. Next up, we have Resident Evil. This is based on the game of the same name. A lot of rhymes. It follows apparently a hapless courier tasked with delivering a package to a remote hospital, but he finds himself caught in the middle of an outbreak and must fight through hordes. I almost thought it said mustard. Hordes of mutated creatures to survive. I don't know. I'm not a gamer. Not myself. I like to watch. I like to watch people play, but I'm not a gamer myself. I tried to figure out what maybe game specifically from Resident Evil, which of them it was based off of, but this almost seems like it might be its own storyline, so that's kind of cool. What's really interesting too is that this is going to be directed by Zach Kreger, who directed Barbarian, one of my favorites, and Weapons that came out last year that really kind of blew a lot of people away. I'm definitely excited to see how this goes because I know that sometimes video game adaptations can go really well and sometimes really bad.
As long as the portal remains open, your world becomes my world.
If you are interested in seeing Resident Evil, oh my voice. If you are interested in seeing Resident Evil, this one is set to come out on September 18th. Another film coming out in 2026 is The Backrooms. This film is supposed to be an adaptation of a popular creepypasta where the main character falls into this kind of liminal, eerie space and something just feels very off. If you are interested in kind of getting a little bit more familiar with what liminal spaces are and backrooms, I actually highly recommend there is a channel on YouTube that I watched called IGP, and they played a game called Liminal Core. Basically, it's the main character going through these liminal spaces, and it was so relaxing, but also kind of unnerving to watch. I watched it while I had the flu, and it was an hour and 42-minute video, but I love me some gameplays. It's very relaxing. What I love about the Backrooms is that the director of this film, Kane Parsons, he actually directed a horror short film of the same name, and now he's getting to adapt it into a full-length film. And I don't know, I just love to see that. This one doesn't have a specific date set yet, which I'm like, oh, please don't push this out to 2027. I want to see it. Because I feel like I talked about this last year too. But yeah, I'm excited to see something kind of unique in horror. We do have another sequel in the 28. Is it 29? Shit, I gotta look that up. 29 years. I'm a goober. It's 28. I don't know why I always think it's 29. Another sequel in the 28 Days Years franchise. We have 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Did you all see the previous 28 Years Later? I kind of half watched it. Somebody else had it on, and I didn't really think it was all that interesting. This also could be aided with the fact that I have not watched the rest of the series or franchise, so I think that I didn't have as much hype coming in, but I'm interested to see for the diehard fans. Are you also interested for this next sequel, or are you kind of a little burnt out? I did see that Jack O'Connell is going to be in this film, and he was great in Sinners. He played the villain, and so it actually kind of looks like he's going to be a villain in this too, just with a crazy wig. So this one did come out January 16th, and I'm curious, big 28 fans, were you excited to see this, or did you skip this one? Is this big? I hope the noise isn't catching. Okay. Sam Raimi is back. We have Send Help. If you don't know who Sam Raimi is, he created the Evil Dead franchise as well as the beloved early 2000s Spider-Man films.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
This new movie is about a woman and her overbearing boss. They get into a plane crash and they end up on this deserted island, and they're kind of fighting for their lives, and it's a battle of wits and strength. From the trailers, this definitely gives me a corporate culture catharsis, and I feel like there's going to be a little bit of Lord of the Flies in this, and I think it's going to be so bloody and fun. This film stars Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, and I did happen to see that the man, the myth, the legend, Bruce Campbell, is going to be a part of this film. This is set to release January 30th. I'm not sure if I'll have this video out by then, but just know I'm probably going to do a video on it because I'm really excited. We also have a film produced by Diablo Cody, who did Jennifer's Body, one of my favorites, and this film is called Forbidden Fruits. The premise of this one centers around a coven of witches that operate in the basement of a store, and they're kind of challenged when a new hiree comes into the fold. This stars one of my favorite actresses. I mean, she is a horror sweetheart, and her name is Victoria Pedretti. You may be familiar with her from The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and easily the best seasons of the show You. I will not argue about it. I know I'm right. I think that she is so incredibly talented in emoting, and she genuinely seems like a really good person. I saw this interview from the channel Style Like You, where she just kind of bears her soul and just seems like a very warm and empathetic person.
I just always wanted friends, and now when you have so many people's eyes, do I expect all of these people to tolerate my differences? Do I expect all these people to embrace me fully for who I am? I do see it as powerful to come more and more into myself, but I do find it very frightening. Because what if I turn a little bit to the left and everybody's like, oh, that was too much for me now, never mind.
I think she's absolutely wonderful, and I am happy to support her in anything, especially when this seems like it's going to be fun. From the trailer, I couldn't really get much. It was like a teaser trailer, so I don't know what it's going to be about, but it gives me like a more girly pop version of The Craft, and I think that that's going to be really interesting to see. So this one's going to be coming out April 23rd, and I'm excited to see where it leads. Before I get into the next one, I did just want to give a warning that the teaser trailer for this one has flashing images the entire time. So if you are light sensitive, I definitely am going to recommend to look away, and then I will tell you when to look back. So go ahead and look away right now. This film is called Hokum, and it is centered around a horror novelist played by Adam Scott, and he travels out to Ireland to spread his deceased parents' ashes, and he stays at a supposedly haunted inn. I really think that this concept is super fun, and I'm interested to see where they take this. I also found out that this is another film adaptation from a shorter film, so it's cool that there's already 2 on this list. Okay, you are all good to look at the screen again if you're light sensitive. Hokum is set to release on May 1st, and I am really excited to see Adam Scott play a straight horror role because I thought he was pretty good in, it was a horror comedy called Little Evil. It was fun. It was a fun one, and I think he's a very funny actor, so I'm excited to see like this more serious and terrifying role. Oh my gosh, it's actually happening. We have Scary Movie 6. We are actually going to be bringing back a lot of the original cast. I personally have kind of like tried to stay away from looking at the cast too closely because I want to be super excited when I see the person come up on the screen and be like, oh my gosh, they were in the original. So yeah, this is going to be having the original Wayans brothers helming the film, and I think that it's going to be such a return to form. There's not a ton of details about this film, but honestly, I don't even need it. I am going. And I think that they made a very wise choice setting the release for this in June. I think it's June 12th they're going to be releasing it. And I think that that's that perfect like summer movie to go see. And I think that the theaters are going to be crazy. Hopefully not like Scream 2 crazy, but I think people are going to be so excited for this film, myself included. Another one that I am really excited for is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. The premise of this sequel kind of expands the world that Grace goes through. So she was able to survive this dangerous game, and now she comes to find out that it's more deeply woven, and there's a higher council that she now has to go against, along with her estranged little sister. Right now, I'm doing yet another rewatch of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's one of my favorite shows, and the excitement when I saw the Slayer herself, Sarah Michelle Gellar, is going to be in Ready or Not 2. I lost my mind. I lost my damn mind. I'm so excited to see her. I think that the cast is like just really getting me so excited because we also have Nestor Carbonell, who was just fantastically tragic in Bates Motel. I think that this cast is so exciting. Ready or Not 2 is going to release on March 27th, and I'll be honest, I'm in the middle of making this video, and I'm so excited for all of the horror that we're going to be seeing in 2026. Like, we're eating so good this year. I'm so excited. Next up, we have Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Psycho Killer centers around a highway patrol officer who witnesses the brutal murder of her husband and sets out to find the murderer. The summary describes that her quest leads to a sadistic serial killer whose mental depravity and sinister agenda is more twisted than anyone could ever have imagined. Off the initial hearing of the title of this film, I was like, what is this? Is this going to be like another Heart Eyes situation, just kind of like a slasher? But I did see that this film is written by Andrew Kevin Walker, who, if you don't recognize the name, He wrote the film Seven. I think that Seven is so brilliantly written, and I'm very interested to see that same cleverness in this new film. This film stars Georgina Campbell from Barbarian, as well as Malcolm McDowell, who was in A Clockwork Orange and the Rob Zombie Halloween films. So I'm super excited to see this. It's not anything I was expecting, and so I'm hoping that it's a pleasant surprise. So this one's going to be releasing on February 20th, and let me know if you're interested in seeing this too. Next up, we have Werwulf.
Werewolf?
There. What? Werwolf.
This is going to be a new Robert Eggers joint. He also did The Witch, The Lighthouse, and in 2024 he did Nosferatu. This film centers around the classic beast basically menacing over the townspeople in the 13th century. We do have a lot of returning cast for this one from Nosferatu. So we have Lily Rose Depp, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Willem Dafoe, and the great Ralph Ineson. I mean, it's a stellar cast. Like, they know how to perform, and so I'm excited to see them again in this one. As you may know from my video when I did Nosferatu, it wasn't one of my favorites. So I'm not sure that the hype is necessarily there for me for this one. I would be interested to see like a trailer for it. Maybe I might get a little bit more interested, but yeah. This one is also going to be coming out the same day that Nosferatu did, so it's going to be Christmas Day, December 25th. Finally, we have The Bride. I feel like I got bait and switched last year, or maybe I got like the dates wrong, but I was expecting it last year. It is officially coming March 6th this year. So this one it honestly kind of looks like a fever dream. It is set in 1930s Chicago, and it's kind of like a reimagining of Frankenstein creating his bride. I think I mentioned it last year, but it really just stuck in my head. There's this line with the plot summary that says, "In giving life to a murdered woman, she sparks romance, police interest, and radical social change." Something very intriguing about that. Honestly, this film is stacked too. We have Maggie Gyllenhaal is going to be directing The Bride, as well as her brother, Jake Gyllenhaal, will be starring in it. I recently saw... My dog's gonna drink water. Oh, no, you're not? I recently saw him in Nightcrawler. I finally watched that movie. He plays like such a creepy dude. Like he's good at being kind of a creepy piece of garbage. We also have Christian Bale, Penelope Cruz, Jessie Buckley is going to be playing the bride, and Julianne Hough, which, like, okay. Something about watching this trailer too, it had something electric about it. It just felt very energetic, and it gives me a little bit of like a revenge plot and a Bonnie and Clyde kind of vibe. I just think it's going to be a very unique film to watch, so I think I will go see this on March 6th. Last but not least, we have Clayface. So this one technically is a comic book movie, but I think what veers it into horror is one of the writers on this. So this was co-written by one of my favorite horror directors and writers, Mike Flanagan. You might be familiar with his work. He has done The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, Hush, Oculus, Doctor Sleep. Like the list is endless. He is so amazing. But not only that, is that it was also written by Hossein Amini, which I didn't recognize the name immediately. Went to his IMDb. He wrote Drive. So I think that that's such an interesting pairing of writers. And basically the premise of this film centers around the Batman villain Clayface, who is this supernatural shape-shifting being that is powered by magical clay. I am kind of interested to see what they do for the character design, because I remember seeing it in Batman the Animated Series. They did an episode with Clayface, and I felt like his character reminded me so much of Chet from Weird Science when he gets transformed into a giant pile of poop.
Oh my God.
So Clayface is set to release on September 11th. I feel like they should change the day, maybe. But yeah, I am very interested in this, and I think it is going to be so cool to see this in theaters. All right, and that just about does it for my 2026 horror movie forecast. I'm kind of debating maybe I should do like 6-month increments, because I feel like middle of the year you hear a lot more developments of horror movies. So let me know if that's what you'd like to see. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that it gets seen by more people. And while you're there, if you are not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I'm just an itty bitty channel, and I would love to keep making content you want to see, so I hope you stick around. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to stay soft and spooky. Bye!